racist. I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I mean, you could trust me. I've had about enough.
This
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian? Yeah. Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
You really know you crossed the line when Ice Cube, yeah, the legend who dropped no Vaseline, takes time out of his billionaire empire grind to fire shots your way. But Aries Spears didn't just throw shade. He went for Cube's throat. He trashed the man's music, his acting, his entire legacy. It all went down on Big Boy's neighborhood. Out of nowhere, Aries straight up called Ice Cube trash, said he was weak as a rapper and as an actor. Cube heard that clip, and oh, he clapped back. He shut it down quick, calling Aries irrelevant, not funny, and said he ain't even on the radar when it comes to black comedy's top names. That alone was wild. But then 50 Cent jumped in. And if there's one thing 50 lives for, it's clowning somebody who's already getting dragged. Thing is, this all started chill. Just your usual rap convo. Ranking goats, classic tracks, the kind of talk you'd hear at any barbershop. But Aries, he couldn't help himself. As soon as Cube's name popped up, he locked in and went rogue. He even came for Today Was a Good Day, a track that's basically West Coast hip-hop royalty. Like, who does that?
Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now? Or you don't think that?
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day. John Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
He's not the greatest lyricist. Mm-hmm. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics, spitter. Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list. Right. I don't ever put Pac up there with the top.
Even Big Boy's co-host tried to smooth it over with a laugh, but Aries doubled down. And then it got weird. He launched into this random Ice Cube impersonation. But not just any impersonation. He acted like Cube was a gynecologist. Yeah, seriously. The punchline? Super cringe. The whole room just froze. Aries laughed, but nobody else did. Apparently, one diss wasn't enough for him. This wasn't just trash talk. Aries Spears went full reckless. The co-hosts weren't laughing, the vibe was off, and even Big Boy tried to steer things back on track. But Aries, he wouldn't stop. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, boom, he took a jab at Tupac too. Not just a slick comment, full-blown disrespect to 2 of the most legendary names from the West Coast. Like, what was he thinking? That's how you get blackballed for life out here. And get this, Aries even knew he was crossing the line. He literally stared into the camera and said it like he wanted the smoke. And guess what? The backlash came fast. One fan said, I love Aries' skills, but bro, the Ice Cube slander is a no-no. Another dropped heat with, this is why Aries got no credibility, saying Cube or Pac ain't lyrical? Please. Sounds like someone salty New York lost the crown in the late 80s and 90s. But Aries messed around and found out because this time the legends clapped back.
You hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. And I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. Everybody got their opinion and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. He entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
Usually when someone irrelevant talks, industry giants ignore it. They let him talk and move on. Not this time. Ice Cube came back like a boss. He didn't just defend himself, he torched Aries' whole career. Said dude wasn't funny, wasn't relevant, wasn't even on the comedy radar. That's not a diss, that's a career downgrade. And Cube didn't have to raise his voice. He let the resume talk. Writing for NWA, dropping one of the greatest diss tracks in history, making Friday, launching the Big Three basketball league. Cube's got legacy in every lane. Apparently, dissing Cube once just wasn't enough for him. But here's what Aries Spears didn't see coming. This drama wasn't even about Ice Cube anymore. Somewhere in a luxury suite, probably sipping champagne and scrolling through the madness on his phone, 50 Cent was watching everything go down. And guess what? Aries had slick words for him, too. Then, just when folks thought 50 would let it slide, boom, he posted a video.
Yeah, man. I gotta listen to this. This hot right.
No names mentioned, but the shade was crystal clear. It was vintage 50, calm, savage, and so passive-aggressive that fans instantly knew who the target was. Now let's keep it real. Why would 50 Cent even bother? Dude's got his hands full, producing Power, BMF, flipping liquor deals, touring the world, stacking TV contracts. He's not exactly short on work. So why this moment? Because people forget, Cube and 50 go way back.
Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music,
and
all of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his.
Mm.
You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
There's respect between them. Cube showed 50 love back when Hollywood didn't even take him seriously. And 50? He's always given Cube his flowers in interviews. This wasn't random. It was loyalty. Plus Aries, he's exactly the kind of dude 50 loves to cook. Loud, extra, and talking big, with nothing current to back it up. That's target practice for 50. And he went in, dropped lines like, "Check my temperature, I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze. Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral. Might even land you a love contract." Whew, you know Aries felt that. Next thing you know, he's on camera again, raging. Went off on Cube with a bitter emotional rant. You could tell, that one stung. And it only got messier. Because here's where Aries totally folds his own argument. In the middle of dragging Cube, he turns around and says he respects him as a man, but then Aries doubled down, said, Ice Cube's never done anything impressive, ever. Like, seriously? That's not just a wild opinion, that's a full-blown contradiction. And that's when the dragging really started. People weren't mad because he had a hot take. They were mad because he was flip-flopping and playing the victim when the heat came back. One commenter put it perfectly. You can't throw shots and then cry when somebody matches your energy. Another one hit harder. You can have your opinion, but after that skit G, you not valid. Ice Cube is a made man. But then, someone brought up the one thing Aries was praying people forgot, his dark past. And just like that, this stopped being about rap beef. Let's talk about that Tiffany Haddish lawsuit. Back in 2022, both Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish got hit with a disturbing case. Allegations of grooming involving a child. The sketch in question? A creepy, so-called comedy bit where Aries played a pervy adult left alone with a kid, and the camera lingered on scenes that made viewers deeply uncomfortable. And it got worse. Twitter went insane. The backlash was immediate. Even the Shade Room dropped the footage, and it was bad. Sure, the lawsuit got settled and the video was wiped from the internet, but the stain on Aries' name? That never came off. So what did Aries do? He ran right back to Vlad TV, like clockwork. And by this point, fans had him figured out. Aries Spears was pulling up on Vlad more than Vlad himself, ranting about being blackballed, claiming he should be as big as Kevin Hart, complaining nonstop. People started seeing the pattern. Aries was talking way more than he was working. while Aries Spears kept popping up, it wasn't for comedy specials or movie roles. It was always some drama. If his name was trending, it was because he dissed a legend, stirred up old beef, or got caught digging up past trauma hoping folks still cared. But the real story? Aries has a rep in the industry, and it ain't good. Multiple former castmates have called him out, said he was hard to work with, always had ego issues, and made every set feel like a battle for attention. He wasn't trying to shine with the team. He was trying to one-up everybody in the room. Yeah, he's got talent. The man can do killer impressions and light up a crowd with crowd work. But let's be real, he never had that Chappelle-level breakout. No signature stand-up special, no defining movie, no unforgettable TV moment. Just a dude with potential that never fully popped off. And that kind of frustration, it builds up, starts turning into resentment. Now let's flip the script. Why did this whole Ice Cube beef blow up in Aries' face? Because when you come for Cube, you're not just dissing a rapper or an actor, you're going after a pillar of culture. Let's break it down. No Vaseline, easily one of the top 3 diss tracks ever made. Brutal, iconic, unmatched. Friday, not just a movie, a full-blown franchise that shaped black comedy and became a rite of passage in hip-hop households. Big 3 League. Cube built a whole basketball league from nothing. Now it's got real NBA legends playing and big money investors backing it. And even before all that, he was out here ghostwriting for Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and MC Ren while he was still barely out of high school. Aries wasn't just punching up, he was swinging at a whole legacy. Meanwhile, Aries Spears' biggest cultural claim to fame? A handful of solid Mad TV impressions, a couple decent stand-up sets, and now going viral for disrespecting Ice Cube on podcasts? And not in a good way. This is exactly why fans immediately took Cube's side. Because one dude built culture, the other just talks about it. And then came the final twist. Out of nowhere, Ice Cube dropped a teaser cast list for the long-awaited Final Friday movie. Fans were hyped. Finally, it's coming. But you know what name was nowhere on that list? Aries Spears. Now sure, maybe he was never in the running, but the timing, way too perfect. Fans clocked it instantly. To them, Cube was sending a clear message without saying a word. You can do all the impressions you want, but you'll never be cast where it really counts. Aries wanted attention. Well, he got it. But instead of trending for comedy, he's trending because 2 legends called him a nobody. And nobody even tried to argue. That's the loudest silence the internet's ever heard. So if you're here for all the uncut, unscripted, and unapologetic entertainment drama, like, share, and subscribe to TeaWatch. We spill it hot every single time.